Recently, the Skeleton Shenanigans extension by Wabu was released to the public, and to no one's surprise, it was hated by everyone. The concept itself was flawed from the very inception. We have seen these kinds of concepts before. The difference between their levels and Wabu's levels is the fact that Cherry Team and AP Team's level are made for a purpose, even if it's just to fill a spot on the demons list, while Wabu's level have no reason to exist other than just to make the money from the plushies. Let's not talk about Wabu right now. Is the level actually good in a vacuum? No. One of the most important parts in a Mega Collab is the cohesion of the entire level. It is very important to make sure that the entire level feels like one piece and doesn't feel like different people made it. Now, I'm not good enough to judge the gameplay of the level itself, but I can see the level. The transition from the main level to the extension is super janky, plus the art style shifts almost instantly for no reason in between parts. Along with it, the moving objects in the part are just not good. You can just see this with the robot bridge. This is not an issue with just the first part, but the entire extension. This is especially weird when you juxtapose it extremely polished skeletal shenanigans. I asked my friends who have beaten Extremigans if they think their level is good in the gameplay section, and they told me that they think it's fine. Of course, it's not possible to judge a level by its gameplay when the only thing you have is video. Both of them told me that the level looks kind of fun to play, so I don't know. I'll just take their word for it. I'm not good enough to beat Extremigans. I'd say keyframing and animation of Skeletal Shenanigans is what separates that level with others. Keyframing in Skeletal Shenanigans is extremely polished. Whilst I'm not the biggest fan of Skeletal Shenanigans itself, I do really respect the level for its creative years of keyframing. The creators of Wabu's versions, though, are just not as talented as Yuri. Every single skeleton in the entire level just looks like an entire mess. Just look at the difference between Yuri's skeleton work and Wabu's skeleton work on the final crawl. You can just see the difference is night and day. Zeko also plays an incredible part in the final level. The fact that they just copy-pasted the entire level is genuinely lazy. Levels like Bloodlust, Kinos, and Deimos end up remastering, if not just remaking the entire level they were based off. Alongside this, the moving objects in the parts are just not good. Just look at this robot bridge in the extension. Just an issue with the first part, but the entire level itself, it seems to be a theme in the entire level, and that is especially funny when you spend $115,000 on your level. The level is just not well decorated. Also, there's just this random cutscene that plays near the end of the level. This just completely breaks the entire pacing of the level. Sonic Wave Infinity was made fun of for having a long end screen, and that's the end screen. You still have to play for like half a minute after it, and keep that in mind. This is an 8-minute long level. The entire level is just a mess. The level lacks a theme. Generally, when you're making really long levels like Eon and Everywhere at the End of Time or something like a travel level, you need to have a theme you can point to these levels and just tell what they're meant to represent. What the hell is the Skeletal Extremigans even meant to be? It's just confusing, because in the main level you're stealing a diamond or a gem, I guess, from the skeletons, and they have to chase you then. In the extension, like, what are you doing, like, exactly? Like, any boss fight is just like so disconnected from the entire level. Also, you just go to the moon? Why do you just go to the moon and like, huh? Also, not to mention the fact that there are 2 massive QR codes in the level that just advertise the plushies to you. This is just dystopian at this point. Wabu's existence, if this level was something like Cherry Team, it would have just been treated as something like a Tidal Wave Infinity. But Wabu's is known for his lazy, algorithm optimized videos that have no creative efforts and are just made to make money. And just seeing him profit off Yuri's genuine work that he put in the level and have it used without his permission, it's just sad. Why stop at I Spy with My Little Eye? Why not make change of scene? Why not Akron? Why not the goddamn Nightmare, for God's sake? If this does well, he's just gonna keep making soulless bastardized versions of the beloved levels in the community that have no other purpose just to make money. It's just a video to send a message to some members of the GD community why and how this world is bad, both in a vacuum and with Wabu's influence. I think the creators themselves have done no wrong. I mean, if an idiot is willing to throw infinite money at you, I'd take it too. I've seen a lot of people that like Skeletal shenanigans defend Wabu, saying it's not that bad and people need to make money to live. But the thing is, that is very toxic. You have to set boundaries somewhere. Like, no one wants to live in a dystopian late-stage capitalism where this just feels like that. Yeah, I just want to say that I don't know how to end this video exactly, so subscribe, I guess.